place. Yeah.
Then,
And well, one of the things I'm going to be obviously challenged with is being over here. You know what I mean? So
you spend way too much time here. Just go back to
I'm working on
No,
a
it's
car.
Vegas. Find an American girl in Vegas, right? You get citizenship.
Do not meet anybody in Vegas. You know,
You don't love me? But she said she did. So one of the challenges I'm going to be looking to do is getting some stuff done. I mean, like I'm going to be I'm already from here trying to hire people back home, from trainers to an admin assistant. But what I want to look is something like a virtual assistant. There's certain tasks that I need that are just admin that I can fire out, do this, design this ebook. So the question is, how would I go about getting someone? I know you have someone in the Philippines or these different guys in an admin assistant. I have lots of content, and what I need is someone to package it. Or if I'm editing forms, do this, I have this form, I have these questions in here, like make it in a PDF. Okay, put this logo on the top. Okay, I've got loads of content for ebooks, for opt-ins, but I just need someone to package it up, take off this logo, meaning it might be in a paper, but the content's all there. I can use that as lead generation opt-ins for then squeeze pages, like all of this sort of stuff. You know, I've got loads of ideas, but it's someone to be able to give the task to. How will I go about finding them?
Okay.
As far as finding them, I'm probably not the best source for that, but I know when you have a virtual assistant, you want to make sure that you have everything laid out step by step so anyone can follow it and do it. Possibly use screencasts if it's like something where you're using lots of computer stuff, that they see the actual screen and what to do. You might want to consider someone with a little bit less strong of an accent to narrate it, so they understand what's going on. And I think that's about it. You just have to make sure communication is key, because I've had good experiences and bad experiences with them before. And if you're not crystal clear, then you know they'll try and do the right thing, but it's not what you wanted. So just making sure that you're communicating very clearly, and you'll get what you're paying for.
What would I normally pay? One of the questions as well.
How much it would be a pay?
Yeah.
Well, here's you know what? I'll let Ian answer it. Then we go this way. You know, I'll get into that when it's my turn.
Well, I mean, there's some people that really know this stuff better than I do, but I can tell you from my experience, pay, you can find somebody in the Philippines that you get for like $1.66 an hour. If you want to get somebody good, you probably want to pay them like $2.50, $3 an hour, and then make them jump through a bunch of hoops. Like give them a ton of stuff and make sure that they do it on time. And you can find them like on Elance, Odesk. There's a bunch of different places. Those are just a couple that I can think of. And make sure they do, like, give them a week trial. And if they do the necessary things, then you can decide if you want to keep them on. And you basically want them to have 10 times more value than they're paying, or else it's not really worth it. Because you have to spend a lot of time telling them what to do all the time. You're wasting your time telling them what to do. So you just have to find someone that kind of thinks for you and knows whatever it is you're looking for, like SEO or whatever it is you want them for. You basically just want them doing like admin
Just
work?
more, yeah, it's more admin stuff.
Admin.
Like basically a lot of like little tasks to do, like how polish up ebooks, polish up this. Okay, change these screening forms in the gym. I want to add on these different questions. Input these pictures into this ebook. You know, all that sort of stuff that I just basically give them all out.
Editing.
Yeah, I have an editor back home, but the editing is great. I'll have a look. But yeah, all the editing, the pictures, the logos, banners.
Yeah, so you just got to find somebody and then find the right price point. And there's a ton of good people out there, but there's a ton of terrible people out there, and you're going to waste a lot of time trying to find them. But I think Sam probably has a really good, and you probably have a lot of good info.
Yeah, I've got 20 people that work with me pretty much full time, all overseas. Sam obviously has more, but what I've learned through the process is that there's a hiring system, and then once you hire them, and you've got good people that's actually doing the task and managing them. Talk about the hiring system in like a minute. This is what I do. let's just say I want to hire someone to do an admin task. So I would go to an Elance, okay? And what I would do in Elance, there's a few things I do. I would post the job and tell them exactly what I want done, not in too much of detail. I'll post a project, and then 15 to 20 people will come in and they'll bid for the project, right? So what I do is, my intention is to find the right person. So I will make the project private, meaning I do not show the bids that people are placing. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a second. Only you can see the bids people are placing. Out of the 20 people, I'll start filtering. Okay? And the way I do it is, you look at the top, the rating system. Every system has a rating system, right? No matter who you're using. I like Elance because it has a star rating system. If it's not 5 stars, done. Don't even consider them. Given too many people chances in the past, and I know it's a little harsh, but you're running your business, time is important. I don't even worry about it. After I filter that, I'll have 4 or 5 or 6 people. And you know what I'll do? I'll give all 4 or 5 of them the job. Right? And I'll tell them this, look, here's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to start a job for $50 for you. Okay? I want someone to be in a continuous long-term relationship, but I'm willing to pay you $50, and here's the task that I want you to do. Now, here's what I do. I don't tell them exactly step by step what to do. I'll say, hey, you know what? I need this editing job done. Go and change the borders and the headers and do this, and this is what I want the outcome. And I let them go and do the work. Here's what I'm looking for. In Elance, they'll respond to you. I'm looking for someone that's proactive and get the shit done on time, as Sam keeps saying, right? So, if someone comes and does the job and gives me a crappy job, never asks me a single question, doesn't know how to do it, doesn't know how to take the initiative to learn, done. Remove. Go. Okay? Someone who's proactive, takes the initiative. Sometimes when they answer questions, I don't even respond to them. And the reason is, I'm waiting for the person to come and ask me a second or third time. Okay? I'm doing that to understand, to connect the kind of person I want to work with. Sometimes I'm going to be busy. I want to really proactive, get it done, and meet the kind of person. Through the Elance system, I'm only paying $50, and what I'm doing is, I'm paying $50 to test the quality of the person. So you have certain parameters. The person with the best job, the person that delivers on time, boom, you got a winner, right? So then what you do is, you start working with that person on a monthly basis or whatever the thing is, right? You pay them for Elance, you pay them outside the Elance system. But the other 3 people, if they're really good, I just don't let them go. I'll give them a small task for $50 or $100 because sometimes the relationship is only good after the third month. Okay, people will do the best freaking job for you the first week. They'll fly over if they can.
And the first date.
They'll hug you. Second month, sorry, I missed out 1 or 2 things. Second month, I'm sick, I don't have no lights, the electricity is gone off, the dog ate my homework. And then the third month, you're sending 10 emails and they're not responding to you. Right? So, I always keep a pipeline. I'm only paying $20 or $30 for the pipeline. Right? But I've just got the psychological factors. It's an evaluation system, so I use it purely for evaluating.
So that's a great
Now,
system.
and now I've got this pipeline of good people that I want to do. The person who's good, it's awesome, right? And then you incentivize them, and that's a whole lot of another discussion of how you do that. So that's how, at very high level, that's the criteria I use for selecting people. I have got some amazing people through that system. However, if you've got good people working for you, and you ask them for referrals, they'll invariably tell you other good people that want to come and work for you. So that's the second way of actually doing that. Now, the reason I asked you why I kept the pricing private, to answer the pricing question separately. So now I've got an understanding of who these people are that I want to work with. I got them in the pipeline. The reason I keep the pricing private is I do not let other people see. Because if someone's bidding for a job, you want them to be a long-term relationship, but it doesn't matter. If they start bidding for the job, each one can see each other's price point, they automatically value themselves. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a job taking $50 or you're going to pay them $300 or $400 a month, now they're going to charge you $800 a month because everyone's bidding a price point. So what I do is I go and negotiate. Okay? Yes, I'm Indian and I negotiate because all Indians negotiate, and if you don't negotiate, you're not Indian, something's wrong with you, right? And I can say that and get away with it because I'm in Vegas. The sake bombs were good last night. But here's the most important thing. You're not negotiating to be the cheapest son of a bitch, right? You're not doing that. First, what I do is, when someone says, okay, it's going to cost me $50, I don't mind, I just pay the $50 for a small job. Then I'll give this person an assignment and say, hey, look, you wanted $50 for the month. I'm going to give you $300 or $400, whatever the value is, right? But you want to make it low price point because you really want to see how hungry this person is for the work. And it kind of sounds strange, like why wouldn't you pay the highest price point? It's not all about the money. Yes, they want money, and you want to pay them fair. So I start at a low price point if the quality of the work is high. Because I got all the price points. If someone says I want $500 a month, I said, you know what? I posted these 10 jobs. Someone else came up with $350. They got 10 times more experience than you. They get a better 5-star rating. I'm only going to pay you $400. Are you okay with that? 99.999% of the time, they're totally okay with that. They have no idea. So the reason I hide the thing is because I have negotiation power. Okay? And I can make any number up. And they'll believe it. Obviously, there's certain thresholds that people won't work anyway, right? So you do not want to show the pricing for the jobs. And I do that just to negotiate. If someone is really good and worth it, just my sense, working with India, Philippines, Pakistan, even working with people from Europe, in Germany and all that stuff, an overseas person, a really good person, someone really good, you're looking at between $600 to $800 a month. You know what I mean? If you've got someone working for $400 a month and they're really good, good for you. But invariably the quality is going to fall. They can't really live at $400. They're living hand to mouth. There's no electricity because I have people cranking electricity and stealing electricity to put the computers on to do some work for me.